Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early August 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libra collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going. My guides and spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these lovely Libras? What energies, messages, insights can we pull for our good friends? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Libra in early August 2024. Let's get it going, my gods. One card, nice and quick, for my good friends here. It's a beautiful time of year. Okay, Queen of Swords. Okay. Now, just for anyone that's new here, this Oracle deck is not a tarot deck, but whenever I get this card, she just like screams Queen of Swords energy to me, which is one of your cards. And remember, it's not gender specific, but there is like no games when it comes to this energy. And I mean, it could be strategy based as well. There's a lot of little nuance to this card. And before we fully jump into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So, in this illustration, we see this strong, powerful feminine figure wearing that crown, and to me, she just screams Queen of Swords, like I already said. Very stern, very serious, and just like the Queen of Swords, it's a very much no-nonsense type of energy. This is a very logical, smart type of card. Like, so when we're talking about someone's intellect, it's extremely sharp, seeing things for what they are. You see the truth of the matter, the truth of a situation. But she's a good communicator, but she's not going to tell you anything that's fluffy. She's going to tell it to you straight. I often see her when either someone's taking something seriously or going through a serious situation. That could be it. So I really want to see what shows up within the reading itself. Now, another thing I will say about Queen of Swords energy, similar to the King, aside from the mental acumen that we're already picking up on, she is a card of strategy, of planning. So for some Libras out there, you might be in the planning phase of something, or there should be something that you need to implement strategy. It's very much by the book. So we'll see how all this energy plays. Again, this could just be you stepping into Queen of Swords. I'm not messing around type of energy. So we're just going to leave her right over there. We're not going to try to ruffle her feathers. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Libras in early August. Let's see what's happening. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. There was some tower energy starting to show up, and the reading was titled A Shocking Change. So just know, usually these weekly readings, they could bleed over for a couple weeks. So for a good chunk of Libras out there, there could be various things that are switching up rather quickly, whether it's like behaviors within yourself, situations changing. Like it just felt very fluid and very fast, powerful. So we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So we take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone else's. Let's get it going. 3 cards for the lovely Libras. What is happening in early August for my friends? Thank you. Okay, we have the 2 of Cups, partnerships. Could be an important partnership of some kind that we'll take a look at here, or just partnerships in general and how you react within them. But we'll see. I mean, this could also be us seeing somebody else's energy. Let's get a couple more, because that does happen quite a bit in tarot readings, where it's like you're coming to see what yours is and someone else's energy is all over it. King of Pentacles, yeah. And that is something I'm starting to already pick up in the undercurrent, is for a lot of Libras, it's like there's so many other people's energy starting to present itself. Let's get one more out here. One more for the Libras. 7 of Wands. Okay. Good, determined type of energy. Might need to shake something up when this card is in the mix. So let's let's go through and talk about it. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first glance, interesting elemental mix we have going on. We have some water, we have some earth, we have some fire, which could be different situations happening, different areas of life, but it could also just be different aspects of the same thing. We have partnerships, we have other people, energy mixing in here in a very big way. And then this card on the back end has a lot of determination to move forward, but there's some warnings with that Seven of Swords, that's for sure. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number one, we have the Two of Cups. And I already gave you a brief overview of what this card means. Now, in tarot, all twos could represent, partnerships, being at a crossing road, choices, decisions, all of these things. Sometimes it could even represent distance and planning. But to me, the Two of Cups out of all the twos is like very much keyed in on personal relationships, personal connections. So whether that's something you're wanting, whether it's something you already have, the Two of Cups, literally when we clarified, it could just represent how someone you're connected to, how they might be feeling, how they might be working through something. So we could really take a cold, hard look at a connection of some sort or someone near and dear to the heart. Now, when we come to the challenge of the Two of Cups, as with all cards, it does have challenges. Usually this is a soul tie, easy flowing. Sometimes it can represent people that were meant to teach us a lesson in life. If that's not the case, it could be disharmony with somebody where there was at least once a very strong connection. So we're going to see what's up with that Two of Cups. I'm not going to read it into a challenge until I see the clarifier. So it could be good. Now, moving to the center, we have the very prominent King of Pentacles himself. And I always say about every king that shows up, it could be a person. So earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. But if that is not the case, kings represent control of their suit. So Pentacles, that's the realm of the material world. It's the realm of career, work, how you earn money, how you spend money, living situations, anything that is material in this world. And when I see the King of Pentacles, it's someone trying to put things like that into order. So for a lot of Libras in this time, you might have a lot of finances on the mind, or just getting those material things in order for one reason or another. This is generally a card of abundance and blessing. So when I see it, I'm like, all right, that's a good sign. This is a very solid, sturdy, stable type of energy. So this could be a very good sign, possible wins and victories coming in that area of life. But if that's not the case, when I see the King of Pentacles, his challenge generally represents someone that's a little stubborn, someone that's unbending. They will not yield. You're not going to change their mind. This is an energy of someone that's very much set in their ways. So we'll see when we clarify what flavor we could be getting here. The King of Pentacles could also just represent someone's sense of stability in one form or another. Now, when we get to the back end, this is what I feel could be a keystone to this reading. We have the Seven of Wands. Now, this to me is a very hardworking card, and it could be really nice. You see this individual, they're standing up. It's like they're fighting off the world from on top there. Like they're battling everyone and everything. So for some Libras, maybe there are situations it's a bit of a struggle. For some of you, maybe it could be a problem or a situation that's not super pleasant, of course. This card could sometimes represent someone that's feeling cornered. You might have cabin fever in this time where you need to get out and shake things up. So like your everyday routine, you might need to switch something up in regards to that. But when we get to the positives of the Seven of Wands, there is no quit here. This is extremely determined. It's can't stop, won't stop. It doesn't matter what situations, problems, or anything you stack in front of me, I will get through it. But it can also be a card of conflict. So you see what I mean? Like we have some good flowing energy, we have stable energy, but we have this changeable energy on the back end where either something is about to change or needs to. So I want to dive deeper on all this, Libra. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for the lovely Libras. See what's happening, my guides. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Two of Cups. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Libra, you could drop it right in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Two of Cups time. What's the energy around this person, please? For this connection. Like it all really depends. Thank you. Okay. All right, so we do have the Eight of Wands in reverse here. Now, for a good chunk of you, there could be miscommunications, mishaps in regards to communicating with somebody. And for another portion of you, this could be somebody that you're not really on speaking terms with right now. That could be very much possible for some of you. Now, that's not always the case. Now, the Eight of Wands to me is usually a card of action. So if we're pulling the most positive energy of this Two of Cups with the Eight of Wands in reverse, this could represent somebody that's in it for the long haul, like somebody that they're not wanting to move forward, where it's like this person is here, which can be good. But at the same time, you see where we could be seeing some disharmony, because I'm getting this vibe of like, all right, well, yeah, there's this strong energetic connection, but there's something that's unsaid, or there's something that's not being talked about. So we are kind of starting to hone in on the possibility of conversation being a big part of this week's reading. Now, another thing with the Eight of Wands, it is usually very, very fast moving. It's explosive, it's unpredictable. So when I see it in reverse underneath the Two of Cups, it's starting to calm down. It's a little bit more predictable. It's not running all over the place willy-nilly. So for a portion of you, there could be some sort of connection or someone you're connected to where it's at a pause or a break. That could absolutely be the case here when I see this energy. But I feel communication or lack thereof being a possible problem in this time. So we're going to keep moving forward. I mean, so yeah, just to break it down, for a portion of you, whether this is someone that's like in your life, very sturdy presence, that's a good thing. But I am also seeing some disharmony in a possible connection here, whether you're talking or whether you're not. So if you are talking, there could be miscommunications. Keep that in mind. So let's keep moving over to the King of Pentacles. Because remember, this could just be something that's already elapsed. I feel like the Seven of Wands could be a big indicator. So why is the King of Pentacles here? Okay. Lovers in reverse. Lovers in reverse. So very similar to the Two of Cups, or a portion of you, this could be Gemini energy when we see the Lovers, even in general. Now, I am picking up a couple different things, aside from connections, which we already discussed, and I feel like this in the center kind of mirrors what we were picking up in the front. Just know if there's something that's bothering you in a connection, the other party is feeling quite similar. That's what it feels like to me. So there is this little bit of a mirroring effect where it's like you two are probably feeling very similar things. So if you're bothered, they're bothered. Now, if you're not going through any situation in regarding personal connections, the Lovers has the Archangel Raphael on it. This is one of my cards of healing, healing of the self, healing journeys, healing in general. So when I see it in reverse underneath the King of Pentacles, for a big portion of you, this could just represent something that is still yet unhealed, or something that might take quite a while with this earthy energy to fully heal from and work through. So interestingly, like, we do have some optimistic, positive energy that we're seeing within the reading itself, but at the same time, there are like problematic ones too. So for a bunch of Libras out there, I mean, your relationships and connections of all kinds could be putting under stress, or there could be stressors, or could be getting put to the test. So keep that in mind, because there's multiple starting to show up here, and I'm seeing like other people's things. Now, if that's not the case for some of you, everyone knows that Libras are usually very good at problem solving and giving good advice. When I see all this stuff, people might start seeking out your advice, your help, your assistance in this time as well. So let's keep moving over to the Seven of Wands. Let's see what that has to say. So needless to say, there's like some choppy waters here though, but I've seen worse, that's for sure. Let's see what the Seven of Wands has, then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So why is that Seven of Wands here? Thank you. Okay, we do have the Emperor in reverse. Now, just know that there could be other things regarding connections and situations that are kind of out of your hands at this time. That's a big thing whenever I see the Emperor. Aries energy. And when the Emperor comes in, this is a shot caller. It's the King of Kings, divine masculine energy to the max. And to me, when I see this card in the upright, I'm like, all right, cool. This is someone that has things under control. They can affect change, or they can change various areas of the situation. So I feel regardless of the situations, things, and outside circumstances, there might be problems going on or situations going on where aspects of it are out of your control at this point. That could be very much possible, whether it is someone else's actions, the way they're acting, their ability to change, or even yours. I feel like we can only control our actions and how we act and how we react. We can't control that of other people. So Seven of Wands underneath this Emperor in reverse. I mean, with the Emperor in reverse, I feel like whatever problems and situations you might be going through, a good chunk of it's just out of your hands, at least for the time being. Now, another thing I can say with this Emperor in reverse underneath the Seven of Wands, there might be something that is a pet peeve to you or gets under your skin and you can't quite control your reaction to it. If that's not you, it's somebody else. So it does feel like a little bit of an outburst to me. So keep that in mind, especially with this heavily stacked fire energy on the back end. Let's go through and do a quick recap here, Libra, because there's like a lot of separate things that could add up to one big thing. That's very possible. But if you kindly look in the box before we get into the shadow, position number one, we have the Two of Cups with the Eight of Wands in reverse. Now, there was a good silver lining here for a portion of you. This could represent a person you're connected to or have a soul tie with, where it's like, all right, their energy, like they're not going anywhere. This is a very stable presence that could be in your life. But at the same time, I'm also seeing possible miscommunications popping up with people that are very close to you. Seeing there might be somebody you're just not really wanting to speak to or not speaking to. But if there is someone you are talking to, just watch out for the miscommunications. I feel like that's an important warning. Moving to the center, we have the King of Pentacles with the Lovers in reverse. So this came through in a couple different ways. Either this is two people mirroring each other in the way they're feeling about a situation. So just know like what you're feeling, another person might be feeling a similar thing. But I also get the vibe that if you are healing from something in this time, it could linger for quite a while. Like this isn't a fast healing process. Moving to the back end, we do have the Seven of Wands with the Emperor in reverse. And yeah, we've been seeing problems and situations speckled throughout this reading. When I pick that up on the back end, there might just be certain aspects of it that are out of your hands, out of your control, right? You can control your actions and your reactions, but I mean, there could just be aspects of it where right now there's not much you could really do. Aside from that, I would say this could possibly be someone reacting in a way that's not normal for them or a possible outburst. So watch out for that. Please take a screenshot, Libra. Let's see what's in the shadows. I mean, I wasn't expecting this type of energy this week, but let's see what shadow card we have. What do we got in the shadows for Libra, please? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They can be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. Put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going. What's in the shadows? For my Libras, please. Thank you. Okay. All right, so we do have a nice grounded energy showing up here within the shadows. We have the Empress. So this is Venus energy. This is one of your ruling cards. I always give this to Taurus and Libra. Venus is about aesthetics and beauty and the pleasures of life. This is a really nice card. Blessings and abundance, all the things I was saying about this King of Pentacles is even multiplied by 2 or 3 when we have the Empress. It's goddess energy. It can represent mother figures, motherhood, fertility, possibility when she's in the mix. So I do feel for a lot of you need to keep optimistic and have a happy thought or a goal to work towards when we have the Empress showing up in the shadows. But similar to what we were seeing here with this King of Pentacles in the center, she can be a very grounded energy as well. So for some of you, there might be certain things you're going through or working through. Either you've been dealing with them for quite a while, or it's something that may linger. That's like just what I'm picking up here. So Libra, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. And for the July subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for the August subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Gilded Tarot Royale, one of my favorite decks ever. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you could time travel, would you rather go into the past to meet your ancestors, or would you rather go into the future to meet your descendants? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.